problem with this system is too much protein in the fodder and too much nitrogen to compost in, which are the two hard things to do, and this is our problem. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, we definitely need to spend more time talking about that. So what does this cost you a hectare to run?
Contracting is about $200 a hectare we charge. But for the farmer, once he owns his machine, it's about $40 a hectare. So this is how it works. You've got your soil here. So there's your hard soil. And you've loosened this up and you put all your seeds in it. So you've got all this green matter to break down in with your soil. So that just supercharges off a bit of rain, bang, it's up and going.
Well, and else there's also the issue, we have a very low humidity, generally speaking, like it's moist today, but more often than not it's very dry, so this is a very effective way of holding that moisture in ground.
Okay.
And under here, see this is chopped up, but under here you've got all your old pasture as well. So all your old plants are still growing. So like your compost heap, and you've got all of your fungal spores are all over that.
Right.
It's rapid. It's a 4 or 5 week turnaround in good moisture, good conditions. So you've got tons into the soil. So then it self-aggregates to depth. Then the air can get in, and it holds the moisture, which actually stops the wicking effect, because you've got a good fungal population. So you're feeding your fungal population with the juice. It's the juice in here that we're finding is the major driver for feeding your fungi.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you let it get to this point, you actually get very little nutrient back into the soil, and you get very little fungal food actually out of that.
Okay.
We have a hydration issue, so in a low, predominantly low humidity, low rainfall climate,
Right.
how you think about conserving moisture in ground gets really, really important. Because the other feature that happens here is if when we do rain, because that's loose, you end up with the moisture being able to travel in rather than sit at surface.
Yeah, because there's a lot of air in around that.
This is the
Which helps you neutralise your soil, because your soil is able to breathe.
Where it's not cultivated.
See, here's your worm because it's dry.
Yeah.
You see the aggregation creation?
Oh, it's beautiful. Well, that's beautiful right there.
See all your fungi and all stuff. So then, when it rains, how much rain are we going to get in here?
Oh, a lot. Most of it.
4 inches. But you see,
Okay, but let's back up a little bit.
the machine doesn't make those balls.
Yeah.
Fungi makes those balls.
Yes. Yep. I knew that. But let me ask you. Okay. So what started down the path? Why did you do this? Why? Go back a little bit.
Because I'm lazy.
I am too. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
I
But
didn't want to work the whole paddock up to plant maize, so I designed this machine to do this.
Well,
you're going to come back and plant. You're going to plant maize here?
Well, that's in the mix.
yeah, there is.
Initially, I think
Initial thought
that
was
was
to
in
do
a-
that.
To grow monoculture maize.
No,
in the ryegrass and
into the pasture.
maize.
See, I don't want to work the paddock up. I want to plant maize into the pasture. That's what Arden Anderson was. He was doing monoculture, and I'm going. I'm not going to go monoculture. I've got to work the paddock up all the time.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
6 or 7 weeks, and you've grown your maize ready to harvest.
Yep.
Or, well, just graze it with the animal.
Well, the concept
And leave your
was
pasture.
instead of growing a full conventional maize crop at 8 foot, plus,
Yeah.
he was saying that he was grazing them 2/3 the protein at half or less than half the height.
Yeah.
And then we'd done lots of cropping in the past through dairy and stuff like that, just conventional, do 1 or 2 paddocks. And we thought we can't do that over the whole farm. If we're only grazing at that height, we can do it in between the pasture.
It's got that nice smell of actinobacteria.
Yep.
That's that earthy smell. They look like fungi, but they're bacteria. That's good. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so you just want to be able to put a mix like what you did here and put maize in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So top up the pasture and some annuals.
Cut down the competition.
Yes.
And usually after, like you usually don't run the mulch, you would normally have grazed this,
Yeah.
and you're picking up the trash that the animals, so the animals have had a day on it or so, and you're picking up what they haven't eaten and converted that in, so you're not quite as deep as this.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I had a hard time.
There's a bit going on.
Well, if you crimp it, you leave it on the surface. The idea is you want to mix it with the soil surface that you're trying to break it down.
Yes, yes, because
Breaks it down too.
the soil and the green matter is a sheet compost.
A lot of the strong plants come back through this.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot more trash here because we haven't grazed.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a lot of it comes back through. So your perennial pasture's always there.
Only took out 17 or 18% of your perennial pasture, so the rest is still there. So you only disturb that. This is still kept. But yeah. Go and have a dig. Yeah.
Let me take a picture of here because your paddocks are so beautiful. So you planted this, right? You no-tilled this in.
We soil keyed it in to pasture after grazing.
There's always a perennial pasture every day of the year, always. So this just goes over the top.
How does your pastures look? Just animal impact, not this machine.
In between all the trees over there.
Okay.
Between the trees, maybe. We haven't gone in there.
Around all the stumps.
Okay.
So that's never been done in there, and that has been left the same amount of time as the whole hill, all the way across. So that's like 5 feet tall, and that's just...
Let's go back to where you got this idea from.